So, I made the rune, I had what I needed, but then I realized I actually didn't have everything. There's one thing I need, and I can only get it from an enemy in the Blackmarsh. So,
Now is better than later.
let's just go to the Blackmarsh.
The dark spawn have been here. You can already smell them.
I'm scared. Hold. No chance. No chance at all.
Oh, Nathaniel.
Is there some great ceremony when someone joins the Legion of the Dead?
It's called a funeral.
Right, but is it boring and somber like a regular funeral? I mean, you're not burying anyone.
This is true. Dwarven funerals involve a great deal of ale and singing. Then there's an orgy.
What? You're kidding!
Of course I'm kidding.
He sounded so excited. What? You're kidding?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
Say your phrase!
Just call me the Reaper!
Valiant effort, but not good enough!
I guess I'm still alive. It's funny how that keeps happening.
My father used to tell me stories about the Blackmarsh when I was young. He said evil magic killed everyone here. This was just before the rebellion. A great mystery at the time.
Did he tell you anything else about this place?
They never found out what happened here. Once the monsters appeared, the marsh was abandoned. I used to dream of coming to the Blackmarsh and setting things right. Little boy dreams.
If the veil is thin here, there's no repairing it.
True enough. I did say it was a fantasy, didn't I? The Blackmarsh is dead. If someone had told me I'd end up here, I would have laughed at them. But times change. When I was in Kirkwall, I thought I would return to Ferelden to take command of my father's garrison. Now, here I am. A Grey Warden and fighting both Darkspawn and demons. Interesting.
Well, stick around. This happens all the time.
And the fun never ends, I suppose. Good to know. Anyway, the haunted marsh awaits.
The Trail of Love. You found the remains of a man named Corin who drank poison after his lover Bonnie left him. A note found in Corin's skeletal hand indicates that Bonnie was upset over a trail of riddles. You are my hen, the mistress of my flock. You nourish my body and tend to my rooster. Oh, dear Lord. This is her anger there. Corin, is our relationship a joke? Am I a joke to you? What am I supposed to think waking up to this love note? Follow my trail of love, my darling. You are my hen, the mistress of my flock. You nourish my body and tend to my rooster. Really, Corin? I tend to your rooster? That's the most disgusting thing I've ever heard in my entire life. You said there was a surprise waiting for me. I'm supposed to follow your trail? Ugh, I despise you. I abhor you, you petty, ill-made wart. You said last week that everything would be different for us. Well, you were right. I'm leaving. With venom and spite, Bonnie. Note to self, guys. Don't leave a trail of riddles or clues or notes for your girlfriend. She won't take it very kindly. A dragon bone.
Do you think we could put it back together?
The lost dragon bones. Suggesting one of the beasts once died in the Blackmarsh. There may be other bones around. Still missing 4 bones. Oh, a tear in the veil.
It almost looks like
Don't be
some manner of
foolish.
hole in the very air itself. It may be dangerous.
We'll have to recheck on this later. Hidden clue.
It's been dead for days.
That answers that, I suppose. The Darkspawn are definitely here.
Got it.
Werewolves.
You're in a little over your head. Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back? Brilliant. I'll get on it.
Lost beneath the trees, he lifts a weary head and sees her burning love lights his way home. This is the item. Once dusted off the streets, the village lies abandoned. May the Maker rest their poor souls. An ancient letter.
I'll get on it.
Find the merchant's cache. A merchant in the Blackmarsh betrayed several young women in exchange for treasures from the Baroness. Overpowered by guilt, he soon killed himself. The merchant's suicide note contained a map to his hidden cache. They came to me for help. These 3 maidens of the Blackmarsh. They were young, beautiful, vital, everything she desires. She desires. They gave me gold, jewels, and family heirlooms. I imagined their mothers and fathers, uncles and brothers pressing those treasures into their hands, enough to ransom a life promised to their Baroness. I agreed to spirit them away from Blackmarsh. She learned of it. She appeared the night before. Her eyes were like flat, dull stones. Her hair was stringy and streaked with gray. And I saw why she needed the women. I hid them in my wagon. The youngest embraced me before she crawled between the bales of hay. She said, "Make her bless and watch over you." I drove them to the crossroads, where the Baroness's man waited. He took the wagon. Their families never knew. The witch, as good as her word, brought me a chest of gold. She whirled like a little girl, eyes now sparkling. "You've earned every bit, merchant." The gold was no comfort. I saw their faces on each sovereign, heard their voices in the tinkling of the coins. I couldn't bear it. I buried it all in the deepest part of the marsh. Still, I found no peace. There will be no peace for me until I stand before the Maker. Karsten Wilde.
Stand back. I can handle this.
Got it. It's a massacre. No one's getting out alive. I am prey for no creature.
They just keep coming. Alright. You know what we're gonna do, though? Because now that I have that item, the cat gut, that was the item I actually needed in order to be able to finish the thing for Wade. So let's head back to the keep and give this to Wade so we can perhaps take advantage of my new shield before we continue.
Yes, Commander?
I have everything for the Heartwood.
Marvelous. Oh, happy, happy day. So what should we make? A deadly bow? A stout shield?
The shield.
Of course, now over there. Make sure Haren doesn't interrupt with me. And it's done. What a marvelous wood. Here you go. Now leave before I tear up.
The Heartwood Shield. Tier 9, Ancestral Heartwood. Less fatigue. Plus 15 defense. Minus 10% nature resistance. Or plus 10% nature resistance, excuse me. Chance to avoid missile attacks. Plus 20 physical resistance absorbs damage. Can I apply my heraldry to it? I can. Yep. The Landsmeat shield is nice, but, you know, with the stamina, but, you know, plus 15 defense, that's a really good shield. Just as much defense and less fatigue is caused. Alright. Got my new shield. Just wait till we're done here and we take on that dragon in order to get my new sword. Town records. How the Baroness won her people's hearts. Some years ago, a dragon rampaged through the countryside, gorging herself on animals and people. Before long, she nested near the village of Blackmarsh. Fearing she would drag off villagers to feed her young, we sent men to drive the beast away. The men were never seen again. The new Baroness had till then done little for her people, but she emerged from her manor and told us not to worry. She'd been sent from Orlais not just to rule, but to protect. She promised the dragon would be gone by sundown the next day. She set off in the morning, alone. We were certain she had gone insane. What chance had one woman against a dragon? At sundown, there came a loud clap like thunder, so great it shook the earth. Then our Baroness returned to us, triumphant. Of the dragon, there was no sign. The Baroness, no longer aloof, sang and danced with the lowest of us. There were dark whispers that the Baroness was a witch, but we did not care. Her magic had saved us, and for that, we loved her. I like how these things allow us to learn more about what happened here, especially in preparation for what happens later. Just feels like nice setup, you know? Alright, can't go that way. I don't think we could have actually gone that way. Well, maybe we could have. Hold on. Nope. I take it back. That's the area where the dragon bone skull was. So we have to go this way. Notice more of those tears and more of these werewolves.
What is that? It looks like something ghostly. Almost like the fate.
Yep. Studies of the Veil have never been thorough. The Devinters once theorized that the Veil is thin in places that have seen great bloodshed. As the Chantry is so fond of reminding us, the Magisters of the Imperium only once crossed physically into the Fade, the catastrophe that blackened the Golden City. As the story goes, the ritual consumed a vast quantity of lyrium and the blood of 100 slaves. But was it the deaths that bridged the worlds, or simply the blood and lyrium? Or both? Demons seize every opportunity, every tear in the Veil to enter our world. Once the Veil is torn, it is extremely difficult to mend. Some say impossible. Boy, are we going to get a follow-up on that later in Inquisition. With cold, dead eyes, the dragon gazes on your prize. Kristoff's locket. A cot.
Oh,
This might have been Kristoff's camp, but it has not been used for days.
this is enough.
Whoa, Anders! You okay, man? There you go. My goodness.
To the rescue.
Wait a minute. Have I not given you the, I haven't! No wonder you're probably a little frail. Alright, so let's go back to where that dragon skull was, since it clearly has to do with the next clue. Across the waters from the Baroness's nest, find what you seek where the fishermen rest.
Yes?
Get your wolf out. Can't do anything about that now. We'll just have to wait. Dragon bone. And there's a
Right, all right.
werewolf just kind of chilling there. Did I mention that this expansion has a history of being a little buggy? There's a dragon bone over here. A ripped page. The Baroness's secret. The veil is weak, near the stone circle. Perhaps it's my rituals, but I suspect it has always been weak here. I feel traces of old ancient magic. Maybe this is what drew me. I think the girls feel it too. As we approached the circle, they sensed something was wrong. With me, Did they fear me? Something about this place is changing them, claiming them for its own. It is conceivable that using their blood to reinvigorate me traps their souls in the Fade. Perhaps they become the same demons, ghosts, spirits who invade my dreams. No, it doesn't matter. They are nothing. Peasants, while I am a Baroness of Orlais. So yeah, that's what happened here. That's what's going on here. This Baroness from Orlais is using the blood of other women to reinvigorate herself. Kind of think of... how do I put this?
Excellent.
How many of you have seen Tangled? Like, you remember how the mother, you had to, use the... what was... it had to do with that sunlight that went into that, that ended up being part, in her hair, so she kept using it to kind of keep herself young, reinvigorating herself. So now, switch that out, that sunlight thing from that movie, switch that out with, say, just blood of younger women. And that's kind of what we've got going on here. Oh, there's his hidden cache.
Got it.
A sovereign and some gems. Now you may be going, what? Really? A whole sovereign? To us, a single sovereign may not be like much. For other people, like some of the the common folk and peasants in this setting, an entire sovereign is a big deal. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm rich! Not necessarily, but that's how it can feel for a lot of them. Skull Crusher. Not bad. Not really going to use it myself, but not bad. Not bad. Okay. Boy, you see those things? Yeah, this is where this, oh, boy. Oh, gosh, the Childer Grubs.
On your go, wretch.
Yep, just like in Calharal. I hate these things.
Darkspawn before.
There's Kristoff. Look for the stones. They stand tall and true. The biggest has a present for you. There's another dragon bone.
Roads, and all the abandoned, forgotten tides there.
Alright, let's go back to those stones. We'll check out Kristoff in just a moment. Obviously you know why I'm putting that off.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
Look at that. This is the last. You're almost there. Remember the pond where we started our affair? A floating bottle. Aww. He was gonna propose to her. Bonnie, you are my sun, my moon, my everything. Will you marry me? And he left a wedding ring here. Corin's proposal. Oh. Oh. +2 to all attributes. That's not a bad ring. Oh, that's sad. He did all of that to propose to her. That's sad. If she had just simply not reacted as drastically as she did, she would have found this and maybe things would have turned out differently. Or they probably would have both died here because, well, you saw what happened here. And, well, let's just say this setting is not very nice to a lot of people in terms of sparing people from dying. It's not quite as dark as The Witcher, but Yeah. Who should I give that to? I really feel like I should give that to somebody. Let's see. Let's give that to Anders. Actually, hold on. He's got 2 mage-specific ones. What about, Sigrun, what do you have? Yeah, let's give you that. There you go. Poor Kristoff.
Yes, that is your Grey Warden. The mother told it to me that if he was lured to this place and slain, that in time you would come. And the mother, she was right. The mother is always right.
Who is this mother?
The mother is she that sent me. She that wished you to come to here, this place. Here before you is the first, and I am bringing to you a message. The mother, she is not permitting you to further his plan, whether this you know or not. So she is sending you a gift. No. We have come to the Fade as well. It cannot be this.
How did we get to the Fade?
The mother, she has deceived me. I am betrayed. Now I am being trapped in the Fade with you. Ah, I am the fool.
Looks like somebody was considered expendable.
I am the first. I am not being expendable. Both the Grey Warden and the Mother shall be learning this. I will be leaving you to the children. I will be finding my own path back into the world. Back to the Mother.
So, welcome back to the Fade.
No chance. No chance at all.
Who is the mother? Another Darkspawn?
Nathaniel.
That's what I see. And now there's mention of a mother, a leader, perhaps.
Nathaniel? Okay, Nathaniel, don't do that again. Okay. This is the first time we've been in the Fade since the Mage Tower. Here you go, Anders. I like how if you noticed and spotted things, you can go over here and send them to the real world just simply by interacting with them here. Have an effect on the physical world. Gosh, I cannot remember what the order is here. Okay. And then, of course, you have these things here, which it's just like in the Fade from Origins, where once you found those, you got permanent buffs. There we go. Uh-oh. And that's game freeze. Well, I'm going to cut it off here, and we'll be right back. Stay tuned.